Hey, morning. I wasn't going to do a video today because I really didn't have much to say, but I've been on social media the last, 40 minutes, and something has come to my mind. I don't know if you've noticed a lot of people walking around wearing camouflage. I don't know if you've noticed running battles taking place in places like Germiston between authorities and I'm assuming foreign nationals. I don't know if you see this Operation Dudula confronting foreign nationals and throwing them out of places, and all this strife and chaos that's being stirred up. And I'm hearing the following rhetoric about removing the ANC the same way that the apartheid government was removed. So I'm assuming by armed and violent struggle. And things are heating up. And, a couple of months ago, I did a video and I said, you better be prepared. So, far be it from me to tell you to do things that I'm not doing myself. So I can tell you in the last couple of weeks, I've been back in training and preparing myself for what seems to be coming, which seems to be inevitable. What I see is a seriously violent situation on the brink of exploding. And, I've always been someone to talk the truth. I also see that we have a security cluster that is completely disarmed. We have a security cluster that's at war with itself. And I'm encouraging my fellow South Africans, to first of all to pray for peace and, understanding, and for the security forces to do what they're supposed to be doing, which is, prevent this type of flare up. And I also want to say that, like I've said, in principle about other things, that I'm not against. I'm also not against people that are here illegally consuming our resources being removed from this country. And I'm also positive, and I'm pro, the tightening up of the borders. But I just don't understand how these people I don't understand why they're really so upset that there's millions and millions of foreigners in the country, when it's your systems, your policies, your protocols, your Africa is for all, your Pan-Africanism, your United Africa that has allowed this situation. And now that the situation has become what it's become through the people that you voted into power, all right, now you are highly upset because the people that your government allowed into this country are consuming your resources, are filling up your hospitals, are closing your streets, are stealing your buildings. And you're now highly disgusted and upset about it. This is what you wanted. You wanted this. This was the African unity dream that you wanted. And now you've got exactly what you wanted, and you cross. Now you're upset about it. Another thing is this. Nothing is going to change until the mindset of bribery and corruption changes. And I've seen another thing, and it's made me think, are you really upset that the foreigners are in the towns, or are you upset that they're running the drugs? This is what we need to ask ourselves. Lekker, just a quick thought there. I didn't really want to say anything today, but it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I grew up in Germiston. And I see what's happening there. You know what, I want to tell South Africans, and particularly the people that are engaging in all this cuck, you're the laughing stock of the world. The absolute laughing stock and joke of the world. To take a highly productive country and turn it into an absolute and utter cesspool. Destroyed every single institution in this country. are attempting to destroy and possibly have already destroyed even our institutions of higher learning, our universities. Destroyed the healthcare, destroyed the police, destroyed the military, destroyed SIA, destroyed ESCOM, destroyed the rail system, destroyed the roads, destroyed the cities, you've destroyed everything. And now that you've destroyed everything, now you're blaming the foreigners. When are you going to start looking at yourself? When are you going to start looking at yourself and start admitting that it is the way that the majority of people in this country live? I'm watching this Pastor Kurt. He's now in the ghettos there, finding abused children, and he's finding them one after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other. Small children being sexually violated by grandparents and parents and being used for rituals and I don't know what all. I watched that this morning and I was just like, this is the issue. It's not other people, bro. It's you. You the problem. You your own problem. Stop trying to transfer blame elsewhere. Start looking internally. That's how I changed my life. I was also a blamer. I blamed everyone for my problems, bro. Everyone. And I was a chronic problem. A drug addict, a scumbag. It's their fault. It's that one's fault. It's my mother's fault. It's the government's fault. And then one day a flipping pastor, a man of God, stood up to my mindset and he said to me, you need to start doing introspection. You need to start doing, are you ready for this? Some personal and fearless moral inventory. Start looking at yourself, man. The problem isn't outside, it's you yourself. It just appears to me that this country is unable to solve any problems without violence and burning and looting and destroying and breaking. When you learn to solve problems without doing all of that, that's what we call progress in civilization. But until you learn how to operate within the boundaries of civilization, forget it. Forget it. And, the bad news is, bad news for, maybe it's not, maybe it's good news for you. But the bad news is that educated people, civilized people that entrepreneurs and thinkers, deep thinkers and scientists and these types, they're not going to live in a country like that. They're going to leave. And you're going to be stuck with a Somalia, Mozambique type, Sudan type vibe going on here. Running gangs of criminals and bandits, killing and murdering each other for bowls of rice and mealie meal. That's what's coming until you learn to be civilized. Lekker. Have a lekker day. Cheers.